Now to a follow-up on a story from last week about how one government office is requesting exactly nothing, nada, no additional money at all to keep running the next few months. Correspondent Corke tells us from the White House it could be the beginning of the end for an already unpopular place in the administration's eyes.
As agency shakeups go, it was more earthquake than tremor. Mick Mulvaney, acting director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, so said the headlines, requests no money for the agency. But the headlines also ignored Mulvaney's broader mission, say White House officials, to reshape an agency that's been awash in controversy since its inception in 2011 in the wake of the 2008 financial crisis. For the record, the CFPB had $177 million on hand to begin the fiscal year, but needs only about $145 million to cover its operating expenses for the quarter. That, according to the White House, is why Mulvaney requested no additional money for the second quarter, a major departure from his Obama administration predecessor, who asked for $217 million for the fiscal first quarter of 2018. The belt-tightening, a byproduct of a top-to-bottom review of the agency, about which Mulvaney once famously said,
"It turns up being a joke," and that's what the CFPB really has been, in a sick, sad kind of way.
Not surprisingly, critics view his sudden federal altruism with great skepticism, arguing the former congressman from South Carolina simply opposes the fact that the Bureau's budget comes from the Fed and thus is not subject to congressional appropriation oversight. Mulvaney, for his part, says it simply caused a lack of accountability. That, following a legal battle between Mulvaney and former Assistant Director Leandra English over who could appoint the agency's leadership. President Trump, who the courts decided gets to make that call, said the Bureau was a total disaster, adding that financial institutions have been devastated. Proponents say the CFPB has done right by Americans, providing billions in debt relief and refunds, often at the expense of banks. But financial institutions say it's simply been far too aggressive. And now with Acting Director Mulvaney at the helm, they say the timing's right for a regulatory redo. Brett?
Corke in the White House briefing room. Kevin, thanks.